What's up guys, Gurdeep Singh from the Americans Institute of English. So coronavirus day 2. In this video I'm going to talk about task 1, about writing task 1. Now the first thing you have to understand is that task 2's weightage is much more than task 1, right? Task 1 is only 1/3 of your overall writing score, and task 2 is 2/3. So you kind of have to think which one is more important, where do you have to spend more time. So matlab देखो guys, बहुत बड़ी गलती है जे तुसी 20 25 30 मिनट ला रहे हो on task 1. That's really not good. I see some students ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਾ exam ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 25 ਮਿੰਟ 30 ਮਿੰਟ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, and they don't have enough time for task 2 ਜਿੱਥੇ quality ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ band scores ਮਿਲਦੇ ਨੇ. So think about it, right? Think about it like this. If you want an overall 7, overall 7 ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ, and in task 1 you get 6 bands, right? You're still going to have to score 7 in task 2 to get an overall 7, right? So think about it like that. Now if you get 8 bands in task 1, let's just say you get 8 bands, then you still have to score 7 in task 2 just to get an overall 7, right? So think about it like this. It's really important that you score high in task 2. You need to spend more time on that. So I urge you guys to practice trying to finish task 1 quickly. Try to aim for 15 minutes. That's the only way you're going to make sure that you finish under 20 minutes in the exam. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ 15 ਮਿੰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਮੁਕਾਉਣ ਦੀ, ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਫਿਰ 20 ਮਿੰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, right? And that way you have enough time to check at the end, right? All right guys, so let's get started. Let's get started and see what the topic is today. All right guys, so here's the image. We have a bar graph and we have 2 different subjects, age group 25 to 35 and 55 to 65. Now I have to make sure I look at all these key elements, right? And we have 6 different club types. These are different clubs. So the heading says the image shows membership to various clubs offered at the Riverside Recreation Center in 2017. So we have a time as well. Okay, so now we can get started. How can I write my introduction for this, right? So देखो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है कि the key elements सारी पहचान लो, ते सारे include करो, right? Key elements, I have number of members. Okay, so मैंने गिनती दस रहा, 2 subjects, 25 to 35 and 55 to 65 year olds, 2 subjects, and 6 different categories. मतलब 6 different club types, right? So how can I start my introduction? I can write something like this. The number of 25 to 35 and 55 to 65 year old members in 6 different clubs at the Riverside Recreation Center in the year 2017 is revealed in this bar graph. Okay, so that's a good solid introduction. What I like to do in my introduction for task 1, I like to include a second sentence, and this is what I usually write, just kind of a general type of overview about what happened or what type of data, any type of characteristic that I can give about the data. So kuch thoda ya hor dasi ode bare generally bhi ki hai de vich ki ho reha siga ja ki hoya si, right? These types of things. So I say something like this: throughout the year there were minor differences among the 6 recreation clubs for the younger age group. So ਜਿਹੜਾ younger age group ਸੀਗਾ 25 to 35, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੜਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ, so minor differences. But for the older age group, so big differences, right? Huge. But major differences for the older members, right? So that's what I said, kind of an overview, like generally what I see in this image, right? Then I can go to my first paragraph. I can start something like this. It is clearly seen that for 25 to 35 year olds, the number of members in the gardening club were lowest at 25 members. So it was definitely lowest at around 25 members. So I put that in parentheses, and that's kind of a good way to just to show that a little bit of different grammar being used. ठीक है, so जिन्ना भी तुसी वक्खरा जिहा दिखाएंगे उन्ना ही फायदा हुंदा, उन्ना ही फिर तुहानू स्कोर मिलना, right? And then next, I connected this next idea while the greatest was observed in cycling at nearly 65. So cycling the which nearly 65 members. Okay, now I'm using here, I used around, and here I used nearly. And I'm not sure what exactly the number is. I'm kind of making an estimate here. So that's why it's, it's wise to use these types of words. All right, next, this was followed by arts and crafts with 60 young participants. So I kind of rephrased the subject, young participants, right? 60 of them. Then the remaining 3 clubs, so I've done 3 already, there were 6 total, and the remaining 3 clubs, photography, fitness, and music/dance, had numbers over 40 yet under 55. Now I don't have enough time that I can explain everything about every single one. I can't do that. It's just going to take too much time. I need to finish this quickly. I need to make sure it's clear and understandable. So I kind of just grouped the remaining together just to save some time, right? And I just said it was over 40 because it was over 40, yet it was under this 60 mark, right? 55 mark. So I kind of just generalized it. Inne to uppar sige, but inne to thalle si, right? Next, where I can go is the next paragraph is to talk now about the older age group. So as for the older age group, the highest number of members was in gardening at approximately 55 in total. So I just started with the highest number for the older age group. It was in gardening. Photography and arts and crafts had numbers ranging from 45 to 20 respectively, right? So these two, photography, arts and crafts, here it was around 45. For arts and crafts it was around 20. Then I linked it by saying respectively. So it piche jod hai dikhone ke 20 da matlab jehda baad vich kya siga arts and crafts, and 45 da matlab photography. So respectively a samjha raha, jo baad vich kya siga oda number baad cha, jo pehla aa gaya si oda number pehla aa raha, right? So next, what I can do is I can write for fitness and music and dance, both had 50 members each. So music and dance, it was which one was it? I kind of forgot. Fitness, music and dance. Okay, so fitness here, music and dance here. It was about the same, about 50 members each, right? It looks the same anyway. Then I can go to my last one, which is the least, cycling. So however, the least is or was. Now always remember that here we're talking about past, so we need to use was in cycling with only 10 members. Is that clear, guys? Okay, now we can go to our overall. Now throughout the whole task, I have not really mentioned any comparison between the 2 age groups. Now I can do that in the overall. I can kind of mention that here. Overall, the most obvious similarity in the number of club members for both age groups was in photography, which had an equal number of participants. So here again, I need to write was, and here again, it should have been was because we're talking about the past, right? Pichle samay di gall sigi, so we need to make sure it's was, not is. So this is my overview. I'm sorry, my overall picture, thoda comparison kita vi donna de aas vich similarity same kithe siga. So luckily ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ clearly visible see the photography ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ same ne barobar ne ਦੋਨੇ, right? So I can mention that in my overall. All right, guys, so that's it. This is the whole task, and this is all you really need to write. You don't really need to be more impressive than this, right? Because remember, it's about, you kind of have to weigh risk and reward. What is the risk? What is the reward? If you're spending too much time, you're going to make, a really, really nice 9 band level writing task 1, but you need to think about where you are, your English, thodi English kithe a. Je to hun tusi 9 band wale hai hi nahi, then don't try to spend so much time trying to become something like that during the exam. Practice kar lo pehla, ban jao 9 band wale, definitely. But during the exam, you need to think about where you are, where your English is. Don't try to make it too impressive, right? To see clearly bus present karo, right? Then at least, you know, we'll get our required band scores, and that's the target, right? That's what we want to do. And then we want to really focus on task 2. Okay, band scores, right? Overall. Okay, guys, if you found this helpful, let me know. If there's any questions, write it in the comment section. I will try to answer them for you. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. See you next time.